Hey y'all, how is everybody doing? I feel like a little weakling today. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm just tired today. Have y'all ever had like really deep dreams and you woke up feeling exhausted? How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm thinking about having my teeth whitened. What you think about that? Has anybody had experiences, good or bad? Let me know, and I gotta get right to it here. I am using my Olaplex 7-in-1 Total Effects moisturizer and serum all in one. Again, I put it on each finger and rub it in, rub it in. Actually, I don't think I put enough on. Sometimes I think I am pouring a little short on this baby. That was the trash man. They are early today, and it's the wrong day. That's interesting. They're supposed to be here on Tuesdays, not Mondays. I do let this serum and everything go under my eyes right here. Because y'all know normally I put on eye cream. I'm seeing if I can find a one product does all. You know when I did that review on Boom Cosmetics, BOOM, by Cindy Joseph. It was a little too natural for me. I like a little more of a made up look. Maybe if I get a little older, I want to decomplicate things because she's older. And she's a model. She's done makeup her whole life. She did, I think, some makeup artistry, and then she was a model. So she knows that whole rim. Don't forget to have your little cloth handy to wipe off your fingers from things. But anyway, so doing my Chanel Perfection Lumiere Velvet. Why do I always have to look at that? Color number 22 Beige Rose. I don't have to look at that. I give it a good shake. And I'm using my favorite brush. Where is it? I've just decided to use the brushes I'm comfortable with. Sort of. No, I've got to keep giving these Morphes a chance. Paid for them. And I do a little circle. About that much. And I start in with my face. My face. I started with my feet. A line. The front part of my face is what I meant to say. And then a line. And then fill in. Especially what? The nosy. Especially the nosy. The nooks and crannies. Either side of the nose bone by the eye. Let the little tips of your brush just slightly go. Not up in your nose. Don't anybody freak out. But enough in your nose that you, the edges, you don't have a line. And then I'm swirling just to get rid of any brush marks or any area that I may not have gotten on first pass. There they are again. That's just a little weird. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet they're the recycle dudes. And they're just looking for any of those kind. I know you're all just calm down now. You know who's in the neighborhood and you feel comfortable knowing who's in the neighborhood. We have to be each other's neighbors. Okay, and then I am going to go ahead and do my, this, I was telling y'all the other day, this is actually still my favorite. It's the Rimmel Match Perfection in color 230, and it is the lights. This is much lighter in weight, meaning it's more water consistency, but still gives excellent coverage and color. It gives a brightening color, and it gives good coverage for, you know, underneath the eyes without giving too much. And sometimes concealers, it's not that they kick up, it's that there's too much there. Just too much. So again, I just put this on the ring finger. Mash it back and forth to get it about even. The ring finger is a little bit weaker. The weakest, I guess, being the pinky. Go all the way out past the eye and then come down. All the way to these little thingies on either side of your mouth. This big wrinkle on either side of your nose where your cheeks drop. Go using the opposite finger. Make sure you get this little nook and cranny there. That red area right here is probably one of the worst things. Now this dries to a powder, sort of like my foundation does. And so it truly is more matte. And I'm just making sure I pull down a little where the edges were to make sure this blends good. And I'm patting in the rest. And it's almost like a powder. I mean, it really is good stuff, y'all. And this is like, what, one of the cheapest ever? It's Rimmel. You can get it at the grocery store or drugstore, wherever you buy Rimmel. Actually, one of my drugstores doesn't have Rimmel. I was like, hello, what century are y'all in? But anyway. So, now I have a proper canvas. Let's put the mouth on just so I feel like I can talk to y'all. And of course, y'all know it's my Chanel. And who of me talks while they're putting on lipstick? I do. I consider it a challenge. You know, key, you know, when doing the purse your lips thing, this, just to make sure there's a good blend. There. I'm going to add a little more color. This one's about out. I think I told y'all. Yeah. I'm sure of it. But I am going to reiterate. I got on a, with Bluemercury, I got on a excuse me, auto ship monthly. I'm going to let that dry before I drink into my coffee cup. Of 2 products that I will use up, and that's my lipstick and my foundation. If I end up not being out of it yet, then having backups is good. Because you never know when someone's going to get rid of your product. And then I would just like be so upset. That's why you should always be looking at alternatives. Because you never know when they're going to take away your babies, your favorites. Of which, my Neutrogena Whites is one. Okay, so I am going to use a combination today of the Lorac Pocket Pro 1430, which I really like to use this for brow and my darker color, and the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. So we'll see what I do. Okay, we know with this Make Believe palette that we've got an excellent highlight color smack dab in the middle. We've got a good blending color up here, this color Myth, right there. And then I'm not sure what I may put on my eyelid, but I do like these more shimmering things to put on my eyelid. I may do the purpley color Fairy. The other day I did the one right next to it, that way, sorry, Mystic, and it was really great. It's like a blue ice silver. It was very, very pretty. So, let's get to it. This is how you do it. So, I'm going to use a Morphe E8, which normally, y'all know, I like to use my, my Sigma F. Is it 50? Hello, what's it called? Yeah, E50. Hello, E is I, the... why am I so light throaty? Oh, I sang yesterday. That's why. And I'm just giving this little backdrop canvas right here with this Myth color. It's just a very neutral there. And again, for those of you who like a more natural look, a less made up look, this would be where you'd stop. You wouldn't have to go and put a depth color in the crease. You could just literally use this nice little wash of a neutral color. It's almost like a nude, but it has enough color to be a good background color, a good transition color is what we call it. It's perfect for that. Again, this color's Myth by Tarte, and I really do like them. Then I'm going to use my E55 shader and use this middle color, middle highlighter, my inner corner, and a little wash across my eyelid and on my brow bone, just a little bit. When I use a brush, I do not seem to get, and this is always true of a real nice shimmer, I don't seem to get the same color pigmentation transfer to the skin, because a brush is not as good as skin to skin. I'm just going to kind of get these edges with that highlighter. And all that does is kind of blend out to a pretty sparkly look, but there's so little left on the brush, it's not like super, you know. By the way, always make sure you go to wrinkle spots and kind of clear any excess product so that it doesn't, you know, get in the creases. I'm very tired today. My voice, my eyes look tired. Everything looks tired. I'm tired. Alright, so on my lid, what do I want to do? We'll choose that last. I'm thinking purple today. Okay, so for my transition color, I need to have a, y'all, I keep going back to my faithful brushes. This is my E45 by Sigma. It's a small taper brush. And I am going to use a little bit darker, well, trying to use colors from the palette. I've already used Magic, and I've already used Wings. I'll use Magic. It's a brown. It's this one right here. Right there. Can you see it? It's got like a brownishness to it. But again, I don't feel like I'm watching it load on the brush, and I just don't feel like it picks up good. It moves it around in the pan like crazy, so there's like this incredible amount of fallout. But I just don't feel like it gets loaded on the brush that well. And see, it looks a little patchy. It's a good thing I already have a transition. Can you stand hearing me talk with this raspy voice, or do you think it's just, you know, kind of cutesy pie? And I'm rolling my little circle without picking up the tip. And that just deposits color off the brush, and then I just kind of make sure I blend that color back out. And there's my dark depth color. Gives me a little something something in the crease besides the transition color. I think I just went in the wrong color. No, I didn't. This has a lot of gold in it. It looks like it's brown, but it's